see the lightning, I can feel the thunder, I can hear the voices proceeding from your throne. I can see the lightnings, I can feel.
You know, it's funny how when you're a young kid and your mom's dragging you to church because you really don't want to go to church. It's not the really cool thing to do, but she makes you go anyways, and you're in church and she's trying to bring you up the right way with proper morals, proper guidelines for you to be successful in life. And even though you're not wanting to go to church, you're fighting it, and every Sunday morning it's an argument, you don't have the clothes, whatever. You know, so it's funny how even though your mom's a believer, she's a woman of faith, you come from a broken home, you come from a divided home. You know, because my mother was a believer, she was always prayed over me, always blessed me. But my father wasn't. You know, he was not a believer, let's just leave it at that. And so, you know, when he left when I was 12 years old, even though we didn't respect him as a father, but we feared him because that's what he instilled in us, fear. You know, he gave my mother this story that he was going to go to Costa Rica and do some things, try to make some money. But his plan was just to leave us, to abandon us, and that's what he left. He just left us. So even though, you know, he was the type of father that he was, or he was the type of man that he was, you know, I can't call him a father because he was never that. It still hurt, the fact that he left us, the fact that he just abandoned us, if you would. And so that's when a new chapter in my life started, and I took to the streets. Started experimenting with drugs, started off with weed, started off with alcohol, you know, started playing with girls. And that just led to bigger things in my life. By this older dude that I met through my sister, started working with him or for him. And before I know it, I find myself locked up. You know, and when you find yourself locked up, everybody turns to Jesus. You know, regardless how hardcore of a criminal or a thug you are. The first book you pick up is the Bible, and you start praying. How you gonna change? You just get the opportunity, Jesus. Let me, you know, I promise I'll change. I sat in jail for a year, awaited my trial. And when my trial came, I honestly believe that he put his hands over the 12 jurors that gave me my freedom back. So now I'm 19, I'm out, I'm free. I go to church, and God's got a purpose over my life. He's like, I got this youth group waiting for you. You got a beautiful testimony of how I just saved you. So now I'm free, I go to church, and God's expecting me to do something. But the enemy's waiting for me as well. He's got this big party for me. He's got all these people that used to be part of my life, but kind of walked away when I got locked up, and kind of put themselves back in there when I was freed. So he got this big party for me. Everybody's congratulating me and saying how they miss me, this and that. You know, and the drugs come back out, the alcohol comes back out, the women come back out. And before you know it, I'm back on the streets doing the same thing I was doing before. And so even though God gave me my freedom, because I promised him a lot of things that I would do. I promised him that I would work, that I would spread the gospel, that I would give my testimony as to how he freed me from 15 years. I had known what my purpose in life was because God revealed that to me. But I was too much of a coward to step up to that role, to step up to the plate and to say, you know, I don't want part of this life, the drug life, the alcohol, the women, the partying, the so-called high life, if you will. In order for me to take up God's role, what he wanted for me, I had to give all that up, and I wasn't willing to make that sacrifice. Because I thought that's what I wanted. I thought that's what life was all about.